Hey, what's up, Dean? Steer Performance. It is the end of the day, Friday, and kind of got a lot done. Not really. I don't know. But Mike's car. Yesterday, I got the main hoop, the halo, the A-pillar bars, all the plates done for those, everything welded in, and I just shot some gray primer on it. So this morning I came in, I knew these were going to be the harder of the bars because of the angle of the floor and whatnot. So they were pre-notched up there, but they're laser cut, very poorly laser cuts. There's not a lot of effort put into adjusting the laser, but they are notched. But the notches were way off. So I cleaned up all the rubber crap, put the pads down roughly where I wanted them so they don't run into the tubs. Then kind of tried to get it as close as I could centered over the frame rail. So again, here's the unibody frame rail. Come over here, and it's the center of the frame rail is like right here, right at this edge of the tube. But I wanted to keep them wider to give a little more space back here. It's got kind of a lot going on as it is, but it gives them a little more space. I know the battery was mounted over here, so I had to keep that in mind, along with, no, I think it was just the battery over here. So anyways, so I got these all done. I got the notches redone, burned them in. There's probably, I would say, an inch of bar that's not welded. So if you do 1 5/8 times 3.14 roughly, and that'll give you the circumference of the bar, and you can kind of see, man, you can't really see, can you? Let's see if I should the light off. Oh, you can't see nothing. No, can't see nothing. That bar's hot. Oh, man. Yeah, that might work. Nope. Why is that window so crazy? Anyways, but it's about an inch. It's probably less than an inch because it's all the way to the top. Let's see if we can zoom in. You can see it's all the way to the top right there, and then it's roughly, I can't see it, there it is, like right where the curve of the roof is, straight down. So it's call it an inch, but if you do the 1.58 times 3.14, the whole pi thing, gives you the total weld around that tube, and you're allowed like a certain percentage. And being that these are back bars, not 100% worried about them. It'll definitely be strong enough. I still am debating on doing, actually in this one you can see where it goes all the way up. You can see how it goes all the way up and over. So I'm debating almost on doing a little, wow, I cannot figure this phone out. Going from the main hoop up like a little diagonal. It doesn't need it, but I might do it. It doesn't need it. I should just leave it at that. So then I jumped on the dash bar, and everything I'm doing, I'm trying to make everything level with the main hoop. So you can see the two bars, the dash and the seatbelt bar, are even across the car. And they're level with the car itself, which is always crooked on the floor, or maybe the car is leaning a little bit. But I just zeroed the main hoop. 0, 0, everything's good, everything looks level, so happy with all that as much as I can be with a pre-bent cage. Dash bar's in. I kept it low enough to where it should fit right through this groove right here. Worst case scenario, you get to trim a little corner, but it should fit through there. I just don't know about the A-pillars, like coming down. I'm not sure if those will fit. He's tough, so we'll see. I might have to kind of trim something. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I want to keep everything wide and spacious, I guess. But what I didn't realize was I was grabbing bars so fast. This is a door bar. So they pre-notch one end offset. So you can kind of see the notches offset. It's deeper on one side than the other. So you put that down here like that. You pick this bar up, you mark it, cut it, weld it. And this end is left blank. I didn't notice that is the other matching bar to this. That bar is actually the dash bar. Both ends are pre-notched on it, so it fits right in. Whoops. Not a big deal though. That bar will still work for the door bar, especially being that he's got the swing outs, so that makes up for a lot of space. Like how I marked this bar. Oops. Yeah, how I marked this bar, this is actually full length, which is what I'll cut, notch, I'll tack the bar in, and then kind of say, okay, I want my hinge, you know, somewhere out here and somewhere down there. Yeah. So this is the bottom hinge, being that it has the bolt with a nylon lock nut, and then the top hinge is the one with the pin. Something I did see at one of the, I believe it was Sick Week. I'm pretty sure it was Sick Week. One of the tech guys, NHRA, I think he's an NHRA tech guy. What he had said was, with this pin, it's a shear pin, being here, that it could actually, if you get hit hard enough in the side, it could actually shear the pin and shove this bar into you. That's a bad day. So what guys were doing were taking a tab of steel off this lip and coming across. This one, I don't think I could do it. And these were guys that are like super fast, you know, deep into the 8s, 7s. I don't know. I get carried away with stuff, but yeah, so that's what I got done. Dash bar, seatbelt bar, and the seatbelt bar has to be 0 to 10 degrees from where your shoulder harness is, coming through your seat basically, or your shoulder. So I measured his seat. I stood his seat up, measured it. It's up very vertical, so he's gonna lay it back some. Marked it, put it in. Then you got these diagonals here. This one goes in here, and being that he wants a back seat, you got no footroom. But I'm going to probably bring this bar somewhere more like down on the there, cut it. I think I already marked it. Yeah, I already marked it. So I'm going to cut that in the morning, cut this one in the morning. If they fit, I'll match this one to that one, this one to that one. And that'll be all the bars. Then I will cut for the hinge. And the reason I put this bar in, then cut the hinge, is because if I put it all together, the hinges wiggle. So it's very hard to make the bar look straight. So if I put it in, weld it, cut it, it may spring a little, but I'm kind of okay with that. I can put the two pieces in, fit it all together, bolt it up, and then put a nice bead of weld around it and call it a day. So that's kind of it. That's where I'm at. I gotta run. I have a job to do outside of this. Not like a, well, yeah, normal job, plumbing job, whatever. So yeah, I gotta run and do that, and then tomorrow I got George's the Nova guy. He brought his Ranger for me to look at. I can't remember what I'm supposed to do. I think I remember a power steering leak. Which I don't know why I agreed to that, but I'm not a mechanic, but I'll fix it. I like the guy. Sens Impala. That light blue wire, if you go back and look, light blue wire, never connected it. So he was trying to come by today, and unfortunately I had to do a lot on this, and he actually connected the wire and everything was working. So I apologize for that. I do make mistakes. Happens. And I believe tomorrow, possibly tomorrow, is the blue Monte Carlo. Go way, way back, probably a year and a half ago or so, maybe 2. The real nice blue and silver Monte Carlo. I did the LS swap on, new gas tank, all kinds of stuff. He is coming back. We are going to do some work on that car. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to getting Mike's car done. I did fix the ignition wire on the arc panel. Well, I took a bunch of wires off actually, but I put the Holly red with the white back on the ignition relay, where he was struggling with the screen, and I found that it was the ground wire was pulled out of the plug. So he had wired the screen and nothing would work, so the CAN bus had no power. But I put that wire back on, I got everything working, so now everything should work the way it normally does. I got to disconnect all of these wires, loop them on the outside of that bar, then reconnect them, which I have no idea. They go behind the panel. Hopefully they don't go through the firewall. Looks like they do. It should be awesome. Maybe they just go to the firewall though. Then, I guess I could disconnect them from the back. I don't know. Whatever. I may actually eliminate these grounds and weld like studs onto the front of the bar. Mount one on there and then do one on the back down bar. Weld another stud that he could just connect these wires, because this is a lot of cable. And I don't know what they're for. I mean, they're black. They gotta be negative, right? I just don't know why he would have 2 giant negative cables running. Oh, I almost bet you one's an alternator wire. Maybe one's an alternator wire. So it'd probably be bad if I connected it to the roll cage. Let's go see. Let me just come back here and look. So he's got those 2 right here. That's a ground. Oh yeah, that's a positive. So he's got 2 positives running up there. So he must have one going directly to the starter and one going to that firewall. Okay, so so the ground must go through the firewall. Both of these black must go through the firewall. So I might have to disconnect those, pull them out, or pull them from the back, whatever. But I got to get these wires over here. Anyways, yippity yap. So yeah, that's it for today. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of new videos. Leave me a comment. Have a good day.